And we are now recording.
Great, thank you. So we're going to call the March 22nd meeting of the South Sacramento Conservation Agency Joint Powers Authority to order and ask the clerk to call the roll.
Good morning. Member Santu?
Here.
Member Gatewood? Member Gatewood? Member Frost?
Here.
Member Kennedy?
Patrick.
Here.
Thank you. Member Natoli?
Here.
Great.
Member Cerna? Member Cerna? And Member Butch?
Here, thank you. We do have a quorum. And I know you have an announcement to read. You need to know that Kim Hudson just sent us a message that she can't hear.
She may need to turn the volume up on her, but not really sure why she's can't hear.
Maybe it's a log out, log in again thing. Oh, she says she can hear on her phone, but it said that she would be muted.
Let me check her really quick. Where is she? Oh, let me find out the phone number. *6 to unmute. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me read the statement and hopefully we can get it figured out. The statement is in compliance with the directives of the county, state, and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This meeting is live streaming close to in-person public participation. Temporary procedures are subject to change pursuant to guidelines related to social distancing and minimizing person-to-person contact. To make a verbal comment at today's meeting, dial 916-875-2500 and follow the prompts to be placed in queue for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter. When the chair opens public comment for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter, callers will be transferred from the queue into the meeting to make a verbal comment. Written comments are always accepted. Send your email comment to boardclerk@saccounty.net. Your comment will be routed to the board and filed in the record. And that concludes my opening statement.
Okay, thank you. So can Kim respond yet?
I don't see any messages from her.
So if we call the first item, which is adoption of a resolution authorizing the executive director of the South Sacramento Conservation Agency to execute the First Amendment to the mitigation fee and preserve dedication agreement for the Arista del Sol project, can she provide a staff report?
I don't know. I don't see her being able to. Okay. I'm so sorry.
Who's 874-5570?
That's me, Linda. Don.
Okay, great. Okay.
I see her here, and her phone is unmuted, but I don't know why she cannot speak and she can't hear us.
Okay. So, muddling along then, can I ask if all the members read the staff report and whether there are any questions? Darcy, I think you said we have somebody from Arista del Sol who could potentially answer questions if there are any.
Yes, you have Thad Johnson and Matt Spokely are both on the line, so they can probably answer any questions that
Great, Thad.
the board may have.
This is Kate Wheatley. I'm with the Arista del Sol team as well, if I could figure out how to mute myself.
Great, okay. So does anybody have any questions on Arista del Sol? Kim, you're on. Kim, we have a picture. Okay. If there are no questions, are we comfortable making a motion? Is there
Madam Chair,
anything? I'm sorry. Hey, I'm
Yeah, I was
sorry.
going to move the staff recommendation unless you have any comments or questions from members.
No.
So.
Okay.
There are no public comments for this item either.
Okay. Garrett's here.
Oh,
Did we get a second?
Second.
Thank you,
thank
Garrett.
you.
So, can we call the roll?
Yes. The member Sandu,
Here.
member Gatewood,
Here.
That's a yes.
it's a yes.
Yeah,
A yes.
yes or no.
Thank you.
I had to Gatewood. Yeah, all right. Wrong one.
Frost,
Yes.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Natoli,
Aye.
Cerna, and Budge.
Yes.
And the
Thank you
motion
very-
carries with member Cerna absent.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you all
Okay.
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Beth.
Matt. We appreciate it. And Matt.
Thank you.
Okay, so if we call the second item, it's approval of the proposed preserve for the ranch project in the city of Rancho Cordova and authorize the executive director of the South Sacramento Conservation Agency to execute the mitigation fee and preserve dedication agreement with Kehovnanian at Jaeger Ranch LLC.
Can you folks hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know what happened, but it started doing things and I turned off my phone because I started hearing it coming through my computer. So
Yeah.
we should be
Okay.
good.
Yes.
did
I
we have-
apologize for that. I tried
that's right.
everything I could think of. Okay.
Oh, that's okay. Did we have any public comment on this?
No, we did not.
Okay. Kim, is there anything other than the staff report that you need us to know?
No, it's just, this is the approval of both the dedication of the preserve site as well as the agreement. I did just want to bring to everybody's attention that this project is in 4 phases and they're going to dedicate the preserve area in the first phase. And so in order to ensure that we would have enough money for management and monitoring long-term for this property, the applicant has entered into a letter of credit so that in the case the project gets delayed for whatever unforeseen circumstances, we would be assured that we would have enough funding to do all the management and monitoring of the entire preserve area. So I just wanted to point that out. That's something we haven't done before. And so I just want to make sure everybody was aware of how that was going to work. And if you had any questions, feel free to ask.
Okay, are there questions for staff? Do we have anybody from Kehovnanian online?
Yes.
Russ
Yeah.
or anybody? Hi, Olga. Did you all have anything you needed to share with us?
No, it's a long time coming, and thank you very much for working with us. And Kim's been great. City of Rancho Cordova staff was great, and we're really excited to finally start this project. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. I had a great conversation with Russ a couple weeks ago. He was the one whose Microsoft Teams inhabited my computer. Okay, so are we ready for a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Garrett. Second,
Kennedy, second.
I'm
anybody?
sorry, who seconded? I think I heard member Frost.
Kennedy seconded.
Oh, Kennedy. Okay, thank you.
Okay, call the roll, please.
Member Santu,
Aye.
Gatewood,
Aye.
Frost,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Natoli,
Aye.
Cerna, and Budge.
Yes,
And the motion carries with member Cerna absent.
great. Thank you all. Kim, are you still online? Can you do an executive
Still
director
here.
report?
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, We have one more item.
Oh, I'm
I didn't-
sorry, you're right. Oops, I didn't want to skip that one. Okay. Approving a minor amendment to the South Sacramento Habitat Conservation Plan regarding conservation easement holders. And I know that Don and I are aware of what's behind this. Do you want to kind of share with everybody else?
Sure. So it came to our attention with one of our proposed conservation easements that the plan was very limiting in who could hold conservation easements. So we're just proposing some minor amendments to the plan that would allow other qualified entities such as the California Rangeland Trust or the Sacramento Valley Conservancy to hold easements. I think it had always been anticipated that other entities might hold easements, and I think we all felt like this was maybe some language that was drafted a long time ago and just was carried forward and no one was really aware of it. I would like to point out that the agencies, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and California Department of Fish and Wildlife are supportive of this amendment, and as well as the Corps, and all the other agencies that I'm working with.
Great. Thank you. Don, did you want to make any comments?
No, and thank you, Linda, I know that we, had worked through you as chair with a particular situation that is, has at least gotten, looks like some resolution to it, but I think this is certainly clarification. And I think what was, expected, I think, in some of the, conversations as we were leading up to the formation of the Conservation Agency and the ability for, others to, certainly hold easements in some different formats. But I think working with farmers and ranchers in particular, this is it's a key piece. It may be a minor amendment, but I think it's key to some of the conversations, but the work we're doing with folks, who are, in a lot of cases, working for those rural preserves that are part of the HCP process. So again, Linda, thanks for your help and leadership on it, and certainly you too, Kim. I know that it required a number of folks to, work through a specific issue, but I think it certainly framed what we have before us today as a minor amendment. So I'm supportive of this.
Is that a motion?
Yes, I'd move the staff recommendation.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Garrett. Call the roll.
Member Santu,
Aye.
Member Gatewood,
Yes.
Frost,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Natoli,
Aye.
Sterna, and Budge.
Yes.
And the motion passes
Great.
with Member Sterna absent.
Thank you. Okay, Kim.
Okay, the executive director's report. Preservation area update. I want to note that we have completed the first phase on the Van Vleck Ranch, which is about 265 acres of the 383. And there's some additional acreage also in that agreement that we're going to get to down the road. But the first part was the 383 acres divided into 2 phases, and we've completed the first part of that. We are finalizing the approval of the conservation easement for the Gill Ranch acquisition, which is approximately 172 acres. We have a couple of dedications that you're aware of, the Arista del Sol property that we talked about a little bit earlier. We also have another dedication that's coming up, the Mahone Ranch. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more when we talk about the next meeting, and been in discussions with some other property owners such as the Tracy Ranch. So there's been quite a bit going on with regards to establishing our preservation area. Technical Advisory Committee met, their last meeting was on February 4th, and they looked at that conservation easement language that was just approved, and they also reviewed the Mahone Ranch proposed dedication. Implementation Review Committee met on February 25th. They also reviewed the amendment regarding conservation easements and recommended approval. And they also reviewed the Mahone Ranch proposed dedication. The annual reporting status, I am hard at work at that. We actually have 2 different annual reports that have to be completed. One is for the HCP itself, and the other one is a separate report that's for the in lieu fee program. So I'm working on compiling all that information, and I'm hoping to bring the HCP annual report back to you at the May meeting, which is May 24th. And moving on to the next scheduled meeting is May 24th. But I'm probably going to recommend that we add an April meeting to look at the proposed dedication for the Mahone Ranch. I think time is important here, and I don't think we want to put that off till May. So we are still finalizing that preserve dedication agreement right now, but we should have it ready if we could schedule a special meeting for April 26th, which would be the normal Monday that this group would meet. So I think that concludes my report. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Are there questions for Kim? Okay, can we assume we can all make the make a meeting on Monday, April 26th? Okay, I'm not hearing any concerns, so let's make that official.
Great.
If we move on to member comments, I want to ask Darcy to describe a problem that has come up with processing of small projects. So Darcy, if you could talk about that and whether or not you all have come up with some solutions, or if we need to ask him to work on another minor amendment.
Sure. Good morning. Thank you, Chair Budge. I have briefly talked to this a little bit with Kim about as well, and I know that the city of Galt is having very similar issues. And what we're seeing is a lot of our infill projects, there's a couple different concerns that they're having. One is just the overall time and processing is taking a little while. And then as well as in general, some of the smaller infill projects, the fees are a little high for them. And while it seems like it's only a few acres, but when you have a few acres of an infill project with valley grassland and wetted features, the price can go up. We are working with our smaller infill property owners and developers to try to walk them through the process to make it easily understood, but there are some challenges that we are facing. It's kind of difficult to explain to somebody who's completely surrounded by development on 3 sides, and it has maybe a major thoroughfare running along the front of it, the process and the fees associated with it and why they have to do this. So I know that I have had a brief conversation with the city of Galt, and I know that they have some challenges as well with their infill pieces. I mentioned it to Kim, and I think the thought was maybe to start a conversation at our planned partners meeting, and where some of our resource agencies attend to brainstorm and come up with solutions. Ultimately, if there's some sort of amendment that occurs, it would go through the process, ultimately coming up to the JPA. But we do understand that the plan was set up and the fees were structured in a certain way. And I'm not sure we all anticipated the issues we would have with our smaller infill pieces, but we are starting to see these challenges. So I know at our next city council meeting on April 5th, there was a request to update our council just on the HCP and the infill projects and the impact it might be having on them. So I will be doing that on April 5th, and then ultimately just coordinating with Kim. So that's pretty much the summary of the concerns that we have and the issues we're facing with our smaller infill projects.
Okay, Darcy, thank you. Does Galt want to make any comments? Okay, Kim, do you have anything to add? Can we assume that you and staff will get together, either with the plan partners or among yourselves, and kind of come up with some ideas on how to deal with this kind of thing?
Yes, we're going to be scheduling a meeting as soon as I can get that on folks' calendars, at least with the plan permittees to start. Because I think we need to start the discussion there and try to see if we can come up with some solutions that maybe we wouldn't need a major amendment to the plan. And then if we can find some type of solution in that manner, then we can, bring the agencies into the discussion. But I think think the best way to start is with the permittees and take it from there, try to come up with some ideas. We've recognized that this could be a problem. So we've had some discussions with I've had discussions with county staff about this as well. So, I think it's a good topic. We all need to get together and try to come up with some solution to it.
Okay. Okay, so Kim, we'll rely on you. And while I know we don't want to drag this out, it sounds like maybe that we should have a report back in May.
Yes, definitely can report back in May. I may not have the answer, but we can definitely report back on what we've talked about and where we're going, what we think we might be able to do with it. Yes.
So that should probably give you all who are the permittees to put your heads together so that you'll know, so you'll get a feel for what you want to run by the agencies. So, okay, we'll plan on that one then. I would like to comment for everybody that we have had Kim almost 2 full years now, as amazing as it seems, and the way time flies. And so it seems like we need one of the normal meetings that you typically have with your executive on an annual basis. We're probably 11 months overdue. So we need to have an executive session and give Kim an opportunity to talk about her goals and objectives and anything else she'd like to share with us, and we can ask her questions along the same lines. So if there's not much on that April agenda other than the Mahone Ranch, could we do it in April?
Would this be a closed session or an open
Closed session? Yeah, typical closed session.
Okay. I don't see that being a problem. I don't know with Kim. And Krista's also on the line.
Okay. So Kim, did you envision much of anything else being on that agenda other than?
I don't at this time, so that should be fine.
Okay. Well,
and the date again is?
April 26th.
Yes. The routine Monday.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Okay, super. Thank you, Krista. Okay. All right. Other member comments? Don, Sue, Patrick, Paul?
No, thanks, Linda.
Okay. All right, hearing none, we'll ask if there is any public comment.
There are no public comments. Thank you.
Okay.
Linda,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sue
Sue.
Frost,
Yeah.
I just wanted to publicly acknowledge that Kim has really done a great job for us and thank her for all of her hard work.
Super. Thank you. She has been working hard, especially given the fact that there's only one of her. Okay, great. Then if there's nothing else to come before the committee, then we will see everybody on the 26th of April. And the meeting is adjourned.
Thanks, Linda.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you all.